What I love most about colors is colors are lovers of their opposites. Violet loves the color yellow. Last week, Violet bumped into Yellow at the grocery store. Yellow offhandedly mentioned how she doesn't like when guys buy her flowers, so Violet bought a pack of sunflower seeds and said, "Look, they're not flowers exactly, but when they grow, they'll be my favorite color." Yellow blushed, and on their first date, they both had dark dirt caked in their fingernails and on the knees of their blue jeans. A love story. That's an excerpt from a poem that I performed recently. And I like it because it serves as a nice framework for what I want to do today, which is use colors and color theory as a lens through which we can view our relationships with people, specifically so that we can consciously develop and evolve how we feel about people who are different from us. Because how we feel about people who are different from us is learned. We learn it from our parents, from our grandparents, from anyone responsible for raising us. The problem with this is we are raised very black and white, because shades of gray are hard to explain. And when you're dealing with children, shades of gray are hard to understand. And so we simplify. We take a really complicated world with complicated people and complicated relationships, and we try to make it easier to understand while also avoiding all of those difficult and especially nuanced conversations. The problem with this is it leaves us more susceptible to do other things that are really black and white and really basic. One of these is to buy into social constructions, which are arbitrary, and they warrant no explanation. It's just, this is how things are. And the second is to perpetuate stereotypes. Because again, stereotypes are very basic, very black and white. They don't really account for shades of gray. You see, in color theory, you've got a 12-part color wheel, and all the different ways that these colors achieve harmony with one another. And I want to talk about the two most fundamental ways of achieving color harmony. We learned about these in elementary school art class. They're very basic. The first is analogous colors. Analogous colors, if you'll recall, are any three colors that are side by side on that color wheel. You've got yellow, green, yellow, yellow, orange, or red, violet, violet, blue, violet. These are analogous sets of colors. You can think of them as neighbors. They're getting along great, all is well. They take day trips up to Charleston together. It's quite fun. It's good fun. The second is complementary colors. Complementary colors are any two colors directly opposite one another on that same color wheel. These colors couldn't be more different from each other, and it is because they are so different that they go together so well. Because maximum contrast creates maximum stability. As far as colors are concerned, opposites refine each other. They balance each other, they soothe each other, they play off each other's intensities. We aren't really like that in our relationships with other humans. We don't find people who are opposite us and create that balance, create that harmony. And I think we should.
black. And what black means to me is oppositions. It's a beginning. It's an ending. It's an ending. It's danger. It's safety. It's silence. But at the same time, it's very deep. So it can be so loud. It's nothing. But at the same time, it can be anything.
And then red, I get excited and fired up. I'm naturally a passionate person, and when I see red, that just comes out even more. I've always had it in an accent color in my room or a wall on in my house, and I love the deep color red. I'm passionate, I'm an Italian, and I'm a Taurus, so red makes sense. I also have a temper, which I've worked very hard to contain, and perhaps the balance of green and blue that I love works with me and balances out my love of red.
me throughout my life. And I believe it stems from being a Pisces and our stone being aquamarine. And I'm very big into birthdays, so something about it makes me feel more like myself when I see the color blue. And my whole life has always been accented with aquamarine, whether it be a new necklace with my birthstone, or even my eyes, or a new dress. It was always blue because it makes me feel like me.
too close to you. Everything that's in my mind, but I want you. But I want you.
I think of the color yellow, I think bright and light and clarity and happiness and joy. It was the color of my room when I was a child, and it still resonates me. It's not something that I wear a lot. It's not something that I see a lot, but it's something that whenever I feel it, it brings joy and peace to me and happiness and purity.